Hey everybody, I'm Jack Rita, and in this video I'm going to be talking about some custom content that I have created for Nemesis. And Nemesis is one of my favorite board games. I really like it. I've got Lockdown and I have all the expansions, as you can clearly see, but because I cannot leave well enough alone, I've made a lot of custom content for my edition of Nemesis. And in this one I'm going to be talking about additional tokens that I have created to add to the Nemesis bag. And you're going to go to the bag for a phase that's called the Intruder development, and then you're going to go there for encounters as well. And I have a little handy dandy reference sheet here that talks about the normal stuff that happens during Intruder development and then adds in the special new tokens that I've made. And the other side tells you a little bit about what to do during encounters. And again, explains the effects of the new tokens. And so let's just go through and I'll talk about the tokens, I'll talk about the effects. So the first thing that I want to add in is I've got these DNA tokens. So the DNA token, when you draw this during the Intruder development phase, you're going to add a blue token. So I got these blue tokens as well. You're going to add that to the Intruder board. That's the board here that has the different weaknesses that you're going to hopefully discover as you play the game. So you're going to add this blue token to the Intruder board. When there are 3 tokens, you're going to discard the weakness for Intruder Carcass. So right here, whatever card that is, you're going to discard it once you've got 3 of these blue tokens there. And that is whether it has been discovered already or not. Then you return the DNA token to the Intruder bag if there are only 1 or 2 tokens on the Intruder board. So once you have gotten rid of that weakness, this no longer gets added to the bag. Now, what I will point out too is that on the other side, we have red, and that is when you draw this same token during an encounter. So you're picking out the token, but the effect just depends on when you're drawing it. So if you draw this during the encounter, what's going to happen is the lowest life stage on the board evolves. That means that any larvae that are on the board will become creepers. Creepers will become adults, adults will become breeders, but it's only the lowest. So if you have no larvae, then any creepers will become adults. And if you have no larvae or creepers, any adults will become breeders. Breeders and queens are not affected. You're going to start with any intruders that are in combat and then go to those closest to characters in player order. And of course, if you've run out of miniatures, then you only evolve as many as you have miniatures for. But that's certainly bad news. All right, back to our next one. On the Intruder development, we have the damage token. So if you draw the damage token during development, you're going to add a malfunction marker to any room with an adult intruder and no characters. So it's not going to happen very often, but what happens is these aliens they're messing around and they're destroying the ship. So yes, you're going to add these in any rooms with intruders that the characters themselves are not in as well. Hopefully things won't be too bad. When you draw it, the other side is actually the fire. So during encounters, if you draw this token, you're not going to worry about malfunctions. You're going to be worrying about fires. So what happens is you're going to add a fire marker to any room with a malfunction token. If no markers are added, any character in a room with a fire marker takes 1 light wound. So fire bad, and it's going to make things a little bit worse for you. Sucks to be you, I guess. All right, our next one is a slime token. So during Intruder development, when you draw the slime token, you're going to add a green token. So I've got these green tokens as well. You're going to add a green token to the Intruder board. When there are 3 tokens, slime becomes acidic. Characters with a slime token take a light wound at the end of the player phase. And you don't add this anymore once you've gotten slime to be acidic. Now, in the encounter phase, this token, again, also has a different effect. When you draw it during encounters, any character in combat receives a slime marker. And if slime has become acidic, any character who already had a slime marker receives a light wound in combat. So yeah, it just ups the ante. It just makes the game more horrific than it already was. Our next one is a noise token, which is the same on both sides. So during Intruder development, when you draw a noise token, Each player must make a noise, add a noise marker in a corridor of their choice if they are alone in a room. And during encounters, each player must add a noise marker in a corridor of their choice if they are alone in a room. So it's the same effect. You're just going to be hearing more noise as you sweat it out in your rooms. And then we have the egg token. So you draw the egg token during intruder development, add a larva token to the intruder bag, and then return the egg token to the intruder bag. During encounters, any egg marker held by a character or on the board is replaced with a larva. It hatches. So otherwise, remove an egg from the nest, and if the nest is revealed, add a larva to that room. So these tokens, they definitely make the game a little more hazardous, a little more interesting for me. I mean, I love Nemesis. I think it's plenty interesting, but I saw an opportunity for some more variation on things that could happen during the intruder development phase as well as encounters. And I thought it would be fun. I saw these tokens in the store, and they look just like the wound tokens. So I was like, I've got to come up with a way to employ those. So that's the first of several custom variants that I've added to Nemesis. I'll be showing others in some other videos. Let me know what you think of those. Let me know if you have come up with any variants for Nemesis. I would definitely love to hear about those and see about getting the components to add them to my games of Nemesis. A game that I enjoy immensely, and they could make 50 expansions for it. I would definitely get them all. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.